Fox 61 Breaking News now.
Breaking news here at 6. Avon police have filed 2 new arrest warrants for the former daycare worker accused of sexual assault. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Annette Montgomery. Fox 61's Kay Pattyfoot joins us live in Avon. Kay, what can you tell us tonight?
Attorney Eric Schoenberg believes there are more victims and urges those families and employees of Bright Path to come forward with any new information. Schoenberg tells me that the parents of the victims are experiencing a wide range of emotions. Schoenberg says he believes there will be additional warrants. This all comes after 29-year-old Giancarlos Barrios Oterio is charged with illegal sexual contact with a minor and sexual assault in the 4th degree. Avon police say a judge is reviewing the 2 additional warrants. He is accused of sexually assaulting and abusing minors while he was employed at Bright Path in Avon. That location closed earlier this month after the criminal investigation started.
Everybody's all over the place right now. There are some families who are still too afraid to pick up the phone and are hoping that this will all pass. There are families who are being support systems, helping gather evidence, and making sure that other parents don't feel left out.
To 7, and Schoenberg says Barrios Oterio is scheduled to appear in court next week. In Avon, Kay Pattyfoot, Fox 61.
Okay, thank you. We're following breaking news in New Haven now. Firefighters say a 23-year-old man died in an industrial accident after he was pulled into a conveyor belt. Officials say it happened just before 1 this afternoon on Middletown Avenue. We have a crew there now gathering more information. New Haven Police and the Occupational Safety and Health Administration are handling the investigation.
And right now we also have some breaking sports news. NHL legend Claude Lemieux has died at the age of 60. Just days after appearing at Montreal's Bell Center ahead of Game 3 of the Eastern Conference. Lemieux, a 4-time Stanley Cup champion, was known as one of the most feared and clutch players in playoff history. He began his career with the Montreal Canadiens, winning the Stanley Cup in 1986 and later won back-to-back titles with New Jersey and Colorado. He also claimed the Conn Smythe Trophy in 1995 and retired in 2009 after a final NHL comeback attempt.
Some big economic news for New Haven tonight. The consumer goods giant Unilever is about to create a global innovation center in the city.
Fox 61 Celine Arif shows us the plans and what's expected to take place over the next few years.
The big announcement comes with some big goals. Unilever says 300 people will work at the new center to put even more of their products in households across America. Unilever is the maker of some of the brands many of us use today, including Axe body spray and deodorant, Dove soap, Vaseline, to Hellmann's mayo. The London-based company wants to create more brands, so they're going to hire 300 scientists, engineers, and researchers to help pioneer them right here in New Haven. The company says it chose New Haven specifically for the local leaders who encourage the drive of innovation. Representative Rosa Dolores says this is one of its biggest investments in the city in 40 years.
This community as an intersection with the unbelievable assets of biomedicine, healthcare, education, etc. So it is the perfect place for you to be.
The center is slated to open by spring 2029. In New Haven, Celine Arif, Fox 61.
Right now, 2 major home improvement stores in Connecticut use automated license plate readers in their store parking lots. Lowe's and Home Depot are capturing that data, and many of their shoppers say they didn't even know it. Right now, lawmakers are raising questions about what the stores are actually doing with that data. Fox 61's Jamel Johnson shares the reaction from some local shoppers.
Many people I spoke to in this Home Depot parking lot say they didn't even know they use license plate readers. Now state lawmakers are stepping in, demanding to know why they are collecting this data and who has access to it. It's largely a mystery. Shoppers like Ann Rajat didn't realize Home Depot and Lowe's had these devices in their parking lots until we brought it to their attention.
I didn't know anything about the license plate readers other than, highways or local police. So I was not aware at all that any of the big box stores were going to be doing that in the parking lots.
Rajat doesn't believe these stores need license plate readers for any reason.
Well, safety-wise, I think cameras in the parking lot can do just as well. I don't think they have to read every single person's license plate and then store that. So, we have security lights here at the local Home Depot. They can put some more cameras in like that, and I think that would be sufficient. I just don't know how I feel about them storing my info.
State lawmakers wrote to both companies with a list of questions about the readers. They told the companies that while these readers could be a useful tool for security and theft prevention, they have the potential to be misused to track Connecticut residents, raising concerns not only about privacy in general, but also concerns about bad actors using ALPR data to enable stalking and harassment. Rajat believes the stores should tell shoppers so people can know their cars are being captured.
I always assume on camera anywhere I go, right? So if you watch Dateline, if you watch anything like that, you're on camera no matter where you go, right? Overhead, in the parking lot. So I just assume that I'm being recorded. More information is always better, so some people may want advance notice that their information is being stored and how that's being shared. I think that's probably the important piece, is who are you sharing that information with.
Other shoppers we spoke with say they are okay with these license plate readers if they're being used to catch criminals. As far as we know, neither Lowe's or Home Depot have responded to the statement sent by state lawmakers. In West Hartford, Jamel Johnson, Fox 61.
Jamel, thank you. Speed cameras will be activated in work zones across the state on Monday. That will be the beginning of what the DOT is calling a warning period while the state upgrades the system and rolls out more cameras. July 6th is when the program will go into full swing, and you will be fined if you were caught going 10 miles over the posted speed limit. The program's goal is to reduce speeding, crashes, injuries, and deaths in work zones. DOT officials will host a news conference to explain more about how it will work. Well, drivers, get ready for big changes on I-95 at the Gold Star Bridge in New London. Crews will shut down lanes overnight Saturday to install a major northbound crossover. And then on Sunday, northbound traffic will split for the next 4 years. Through traffic heading north will cross over onto the southbound bridge, while local traffic for New London and Groton will stay on the existing northbound side.
All right, we are looking at cool weather heading into this upcoming weekend. So just a heads up for Saturday, we have a few scattered showers and breezy conditions likely. For now, though, it's a bit gusty. We've got winds as high as 25 to 35 miles per hour out there. But temperatures today rebounded into the mid 60s to right around 70 degrees, at least as of this point in the early evening. There are a couple hit or miss showers that are out there as well. You can see one shower exiting Niantic right now, pushing south. You can see another few showers, Colchester, Columbia. Tomorrow is drier, but we have more rain for the start of the weekend. Your full forecast is coming up.
Rach, thank you. The representative body of the Connecticut State Colleges and University System voted no confidence in both the system's leadership and its Board of Regents. That vote happened last night. It comes after former Board of Regents Chair Marty Guay stepped down last week. He was accused of firing a coworker for making a sexual harassment complaint against a different coworker. That accusation came within an entirely separate sexual harassment investigation into former interim Chancellor John Meduco, who also resigned. And Meduco was filling in after Chancellor Terrence Chang was removed for misusing a purchasing card. Now, all of this has happened roughly in the past year. Now, the no confidence vote doesn't prompt any immediate action. It is just a strong public statement. Governor Ned Lamont appointed Ari Santiago to be the next interim chancellor, while an independent review into Guay and Meduco continues. CCSU spokesperson said, quote, "Importantly, the findings will be made public so that faculty, staff, students, policymakers, and the broader public receive the transparency they need and deserve."
Well, for anyone in Connecticut looking to cash in on President Donald Trump's $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund, there's a chance you could be hit with a 100% state tax. And that comes after Senate Majority Leader Bob Duff says next legislative session he plans to introduce a bill to do just that. The Democratic leader blasted the fund as a taxpayer-funded payout tied to January 6th rioters and says the state will, quote, "take every penny back," end quote. Duff says legal work is already underway right now, so lawmakers are ready to act when the 2027 legislative session begins. Well, the Justice Department has now launched a criminal investigation into E. Jean Carroll. The former magazine writer accused President Donald Trump of sexual assault. This investigation by the DOJ centers around whether Carroll committed perjury and testimony tied to her 2 civil lawsuits against the president. Right now at issue is her comments that she received no outside funding for her lawsuit. It was later revealed billionaire Reid Hoffman did cover some legal fees and even expenses.
Well, after months of stalled contract negotiations, union workers at the Hartford Doubletree Hotel are preparing to vote on authorizing a strike. Union leaders plan to talk about their contract situation tomorrow afternoon. Governor Ned Lamont and Mayor Arunan Arulampalam plan to attend their news conference. The union says it wants raises that are in line with what other union hotel workers get across the state. Well, it's a race against time to rescue 5 men trapped in a cave in Laos. You're looking at images that shows the dangerous conditions rescuers face as they try to get the men out alive. Brian Abel brings us the video from inside the cave system and the rescue plan underway now.
Harrowing moments deep inside a dark, dangerously narrow, muddy cave tunnel. A rescue diver crawling to reach trapped villagers in Laos. This, the moment they are found. Hope returning for the 5 men trapped in the Lao cave for more than a week. Officials say the men searching for gold deposits when a torrential downpour caused flash flooding inside the cave system, sealing their exit more than 850 feet away last Wednesday. A multinational team of rescue experts now working to get the men out safely through treacherous conditions. Portions of the tunnel less than 2 feet wide, some with pockets of a toxic compound, hydrogen sulfide.
Diving is so difficult with restrictions where you can't move, turn around, or do, and the visibility is 0. So the making ground is very slow process, and we need to think about our safety as well.
The plan is to pump out the water that flooded the cave, hoping the men, all getting a chance to share messages to loved ones thanks to that rescuer, may be able to walk out on their own. Brian Abel, Fox 61.